Nityanam. Now we have Marium, who has joined us to share her experience with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Devi Parashakti herself. Nityanandamma, thank you so much for coming live on Nityananda TV. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself?
Nityanandamma. My name is Marium, and I am originally from Iraq, but I live in Melbourne. And I came to know about Swamiji in 2015, and I had that opportunity to participate in Awakening in 2016. And how did that start? Actually, in 2014, there was this ISIS attack in Iraq. So before that, I was on a vacation with my family in Iraq back home, and everything was fine. Just in a few months, I came back and I decided that I'm going to go back to them and live with them. And during that time, when I was getting ready to move back there and live with them, because everything was fine, no war, nothing was happening. And I came to know about the ISIS attack. Then I started watching the news, what is happening there. And actually it was where the war was happening, it was only 40 minutes away from where my family was living. So I felt like now it's time to do something. And logically, I started thinking like, oh, I have to contact many organizations, or I have myself to start doing some work or do some organization, humanitarian things, especially for those Yazidi women that they were just getting tortured. Like I saw one of the videos where the whole families, like the parents, the fathers, brothers, and sisters are all sitting together in one big. It was like a public. It was a public area sitting there, and how when those ISIS people, how they were just separating the females from the rest of the family, and the men, how the men were just like hopeless, cannot do anything about it. They cannot do anything about this. So that just like changed my life. I said, this is unacceptable, and something has to happen about this. But what? Who's going to do this? Who? And I started going into that, like, something has to happen. But who? How do I do? What should I do? I felt so responsible, in my logic, but I don't know what to do. So I start seeking. Who are these Yazidis people? I don't know anything about them. I don't know what's their religion. I don't know nothing about them. But I know, because I was a Christian and I know about Muslims, but I don't know about Yazidis. So I started seeking their background, and what came to me, my background, who am I? What is my identity? Why do I have this many identities? Country identities, which is Iraq, but nationality identities is Assyrian from Babylonia. But we are not practicing that. We are practicing different religions, and why we were not allowed to practice that religion. Many things were coming in. So that seeking led me to Swamiji. So someone actually from Iraq as well started sending me. He said to me, if you want to know more about this, then I'm sending, there is one, at that time he told me there is one clever guy, intelligent guy on YouTube. You just start watching him, maybe you will get some answers. I said, okay. I started, the first video, it was about the female component and the male component in the body, like Shiva and Shakti.
Yes.
And there was a meditation there. And I started practicing that meditation. I felt like, hey, this is true and real, but no, not now. I am going out of the marriage, and I can't do this. This is too much for me. This is too big. Anyway, I left it like that, but still it was in my mind. I said, until I organize myself, I don't want to hear about no spiritual experiences for me. I have to organize my life. I thought like, if I get into spirituality, it's a completely different world. But I have to be realistic. I have to do something but what will I do? I'll mess it up. At that time, I wasn't realizing that. Then after I set up the house, we completely moved to new house. I started going back to work at school. Again, the same person coming with the Living Enlightened book and saying, no, you have to do this. I wasn't knowing what was Swamiji about, but you have to do it. I said, no, I am not going to do this. I'm going to live my real life. I'm going to achieve my reality by myself. Anyway, by begging me, and I said, okay, let me see, what is it? I opened the book. The first chapter was about love. What is love? And my whole life I'm suffering in that dimension. Because I grew up, I'm not saying like, I don't want to talk about family issues, anything else, but I grew up hearing more, I hate you than I love you. Because as a female, and where I was born, female were not acceptable. Like it's everything for male. So since that, I am blocked. I'm blocked. Like male has to get the best food. Male has to stay in the house. Female has to leave. And while they are in the house, they have the all freedom and they can marry and stay in the house. But for us, we don't have the freedom, and we have to leave the house. And even in wealth, we don't have any rights. It's only for males. If male will decide, yes, they can get, but only if you are unmarried. So I actually, when I did my completion with my father, he said yes, and he realized that yes, I did not give you the freedom, but now you have the freedom. Now it's different. I thought like that time, this is the way I raise up the kids, by violence, by abusing, by whatever, to bring up better kids in the community. But the damage that has happened, he wasn't aware that, hey, this is not the way, because we are going to take this to the society. I'm going to take this into my relationship, which was happening. I'm going to take this with my kid or to my kids. I will take it wherever I go, at my work. And actually was start happening. But when I saw the love, I said, okay, let me think about it. And I started reading it. And next day, it was Sunday. I meant to go and take the kids to the church in the morning. I said, no, I'm not going to do this. Enough. I am going to take them to the temple. And they gave me the details, telling me that there is a temple in Melbourne and all of that. I start searching and start connecting with them. And I went to the temple, and I attended the workshop, was achieving manifest your reality. So I did that the first, and then I started following Swamiji again on the YouTubes. And I had really, just by hearing his voice, the Kundalini started happening. I was feeling the heat and all. My body was reacting to that so nicely, and I was scared. I said, "What is this?" Because I have heard so much about these things, telling me this is craziness, this is evil things, and all of that. So I was scared from that. After that, I decided to go to Inner Awakening. Then when we got into Inner Awakening, then I started seeing, oh my God, I have so much, like when. How my life was going wrong, and many people were telling me, oh, you have this problem, I was saying, no, they are not there. No, I love responsibilities. No, I love commitment. No. So until this, how many people have pointed me, it's been since 2016, they are telling me you have a problem with responsibility. I will say, no, I love responsibility. So on the day of Lord Venkateshwara's darshan on Saturday, I said, I'm not going to do any completion. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to be. I'm just going to sit and see what will happen. I'm not going to put any efforts. I'm just going to watch. Then during the completion process, I just closed my eyes and deep meditate. And I found that where am I stuck in responsibilities? I have hatred toward responsibility, because responsibility toward work, responsibility toward family, anything is related to responsibility, I have hatred toward it. Then I found out where did this start from? It started from when I was seeing my mom, how she used to work a lot for the family, for people, everywhere, but under pressure. And I was feeling sad and upset, like she's putting all her time and energy, all this, but I need her and I'm not able to be with her. And at the end of the day, she's tired and she's sleepy. Where is the mother? Sister is bringing us up, and sister is stressed. She doesn't know what is motherhood. She doesn't know all of this. Anyway, then I found out that is where I am stuck. And it was for a few days I was applying for a loan. You know how we came back from Gujarat, like the life was completely homeless and we started from zero work and all of that. So nobody was giving me the loan to start the business that when the moment I realized that, hey, I have hatred towards responsibility, I received a message immediately that minute saying your loan got approved. If you want to go ahead and process. I said, oh my God, I don't care about the loan. I care about where I was stuck. And look, when I didn't put any effort there, I did not go with any expectation. I just said I will be there available and see what will happen. And this just happened. And I just called one of my friends from Sangha. I says, look, I am so happy. I want just to share some good news with you. I have this happen in my life. I don't care about money. I don't care about that. I care about, look what has happened inside me. Many people will tell me, then I realized if I am stuck in responsibility, then I am directing my energy away from the four tattvas, the integrity. It means end of my life. Because again, from a back of experience, if my mom was so committed to my father that she did not have time for me, I said, no, I am not. So all these negative decisions that we made just because we have gone through something and we are not aware for 40 years, these all blockages are there just because of some decision. I didn't even know I made those decisions in my life. So I realized my energy is directed towards completely away from the four tattvas. Then how my life will align up. And my experience during my Devi's darshans, I submitted 2 questions, but I did not get the answers. Then I went a little bit upset, but I said, hey, how can I get upset after all these years, after all these miracles, and how many experiences I had with Swamiji, how many times he opened the door for me for Adinam, for Gurukul, for all of that. But still, okay, let me, I know Swamiji on the phone, when I did Pada Puja in 2018, he said to me, I commit to you, I'll make it, because I asked for Gurukul for Iraq and Hindu library. He said, I commit to you, I'll make it happen. But it wasn't happening. So I just wrote a message. I said, Swamiji, can you please, Devi Ma, can you please make this Gurukul happen? And I already manifested a lawyer. She started doing her completion, but I want things to start moving. No answer was there, but the lawyer, we started communicating, and she agreed to take up the, even though she's Muslim and this is something completely new in the country. I don't know how the people will take it. And I know it has to go through the parliament and all of that, but still she said, I will take it up. So I knew that my answer my prayers got answered, even though not directly, but still see the things are moving. So she said, when are we going to start? What are you going to do? I said, you just wait. Slowly, I will tell you step by step. That was one. The other one, during the darshan, Devi Ma was answering many questions. I felt so upset, so sad. I felt like alone. I am unloved. I am not accepted. all these were coming up. And I said, I just closed my eyes and I saw one of the incidents was happening between the parents. It just really, I started crying, completing with that. And immediately an email came through saying that it was a contract for a contract things. And if never seen such contracts, putting all the phone details there. So you don't need to apply. You just need to call them. And after that, you apply if you want. So I just, after that completion, I called, I said, I saw such thing on this website. Is it possible to come for interview? He said, if you want now in 2 hours, you can come. I said, no, I'm not ready today, but tomorrow. And I was thinking from the upsetness, yes? I am thinking like, oh, Swamiji is not answering my prayer. Swamiji is not helping me. But actually, I am stuck in responsibilities problems. I have already made my decision not to do all of these things. So how he's going to manifest? So that moment is, okay, I said, tomorrow I'm coming. I went for them. And he gave me the address. When I saw the address, it's on the best place in Melbourne. And I was never expecting that a company from there will work with them. Anyway, I called, he said, tomorrow come. I went, everything was so smooth. Just got some conditions that I need to just to pay for them and do the application, and got the contract ready. And the income, again, I told you, like, as a female, wealth is not for us. So I never thought about one day I will have wealth, one day I will have a house, one day I'm not caring about, but it was something that it's not for me. It's only for male, not for me. So I grew up with that. But when I saw the income, how much it will be the income weekly from 3,000 to 5,000 and a half. So I'm like, really? Really? Is this something real for me?
Wow.
So because I've never experienced that. For us, females, if they want to work, they can work at schools. They can be a teachers, because their future is that they will become a mother, they will have kids, then they have to be with their kids, they have to just the only opportunity for us in life, you have to go and be a teacher. That's all.
Oh God.
So even that I see now more, like, I was more negative seeing these things, but now I see, oh my God, good that they told me to become a teacher. Otherwise, how would I think about Gurukul? How I would think about bringing something new to education? I would be something else. But everything, as Swamiji said, it's auspicious.
Wow. So beautiful. So beautifully shared, Mariam. So beautifully shared. Thank you so much for coming live and sharing.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Very, very, very relatable. And thank you so much. How when we lack responsibility and when we just decide to align to four tattvas, how everything starts happening and manifesting in our life. Beautiful.
Seema, it's something else I wanted to share as well, where I was denying myself as a woman. Maybe this will help many others that they are from different background, and how Hinduism, after coming to know about Swamiji and Hinduism, how me seeing myself as a woman. As a woman, I always, before that, I used to think like I'm rejected. First, from the mother, from the society, whatever is there. Second, the most important thing, the belief. The belief as a religious, because we grew up as a Christianity, and in the Bible it's mentioned, like, do you know the story of Adam and Eve, that Eve is the source of the sins, and she has been rejected by God. Everyone has been rejected by God just because of the female. So I grew up hearing that a lot, that the females are evil. They brought the sin. Understand? So it's in a way to live. For me, life was like a blank, nothing. If God has rejected me and society is the same, so where am I going? What kind of, just I was dying because I don't have right to live. And even the praying, the worshiping, it was all by hatred and anger. If you, God, you have rejected me. This was my question. If you have rejected me as a female, and you have, as a punishment, you have given me the pain for the birth. That is how we believe. God has punished female by giving them the pain during the birth, when they having the birth. So why would I worship you? Why would I do this for you? So where is the love? Where is the connection to love, to God? No way. So all this year I was feeling stuck there in the worship. Why should I worship? That anger was in me. But now, after these darshan after darshan, I am feeling more connected to I'm valuing myself as a female first. Swamiji, he's raising our consciousness, but as a female, I start looking at myself a little bit valuable.
Wow.
So my advice is for females, please save yourselves and come to the Hinduism. And for the families, please save your kids and bring them to Swamiji. Because anyway, you are not going to raise them up properly. Just give them to Swamiji. I'm the mother of 2 kids, but I am not that mother that has the I don't see myself eligible to raise 2 kids. Swamiji is the only one. And if you can't go, give them, just start online, e-Gurukul, whatever. But please do not give this opportunity to your kids.
Beautiful, Ma. So beautifully expressed, Mariam. Actually, on these days, the females are, it is so easy for women to experience enlightenment, and females are the root of the Vedic civilization and the stable family in Hinduism. They are worshipped, they are revered, And it's I don't know about other cultures, but in Hinduism, the females are divine. They are worshipped, and it is the stability of that female that keeps that whole family alive. And the whole stability of the Vedic tradition and the family system of Vedagamic tradition is because of the tyaga of the females and of the women, and the role that the women play in a society and in the family. So it's very, very women are respected, revered, and they're even worshipped in the family in the Vedagamic tradition. So yes, what you're saying is perfectly right, and thank you so much. And it's so true that we are no way capable of raising children in an enlightened way. Only the Supreme Pontifice, and you can enroll your kids in the online Gurukul, where sitting in their house, they can get tuned and live life with powerful cognitions. So they grow up to be responsible adults and experiencing excellence and breakthrough success in life. So beautifully shared, Ma Mariam. Thank you so much for coming live and sharing your experience today. Yes. And before we move on to the next devotee who is waiting here to share her experience, let's take a short break.